scena meravigliosa da Nobu. Io sinceramente non lo sapevo, ok? Perché altrimenti ci saremmo andati anche prima.
मैसेज मेरे आई डोंट नो उसके फैन स्टॉक करते dark over here because the only lights are over here. It's like the dark dungeon. Okay. Let's see, I think that's good. Okay, so I start with 25s and I usually will pretty much stay there. Sometimes I add weight, but my elbow's been bothering me. I hate that, so I want to let it get better. Okay, let's put you back here. Okay. Underhand's harder for me. What's harder for you guys? I don't know. Is it harder overhand or under? My underhand's harder. Okay, I'm gonna go overhand. So if I do 2 upper body days in a row, my second one's not as strong. So I love doing upper body, lower body days like that. Not today. Oh, let's do that. Okay, now we're gonna do something really unpleasant. Let me grab dumbbells. So I'm going to do renegade rows, which I use in a lot of my programs, my app. So these are so killer for minimal equipment. If you can even see me, let me move you around. Hold on. This is hard work. All right. Do this, puppy. Okay, so it's just Alright, now, this time, I'm gonna do a rear delt pull, because I always do rear delts on back day. That's like kind of a neglected area for me in the past, so I always do rear delts on shoulder and back day. I did some rear delts yesterday, so I'm gonna see how it feels. I'm thoroughly out of breath. Okay, here we go. Trashing and opening an Amazon package. Check it out. Let's see. Did you open this? Not even the way that? No. He totally opened this. Let's see what it is. It is 2 bottles of glutathione. That's very good for free radicals, for your liver, cellular health. Hers and his glutathione. If you love your spouse, always buy them their own supplements along with your own. Okay, I'm gonna do another set of those, but I'm gonna do a drop set. Surprise, drop set. Okay. He's so mischief. Look at it. Okay. Other side. Don't forget to put your weight down. I usually do 2 or 3 drop sets. 3 is better. I know better. me know if you like to see more live workouts. I usually put them in my stories, but if you want more live workouts, let me know. I'm good, thank you, but it's time to go. So if you missed it, come back and see me next time. Bye.
Mezzo al campo di allenamento con tutti i giocatori intorno che adesso
Vicky. So we do items. Hang on a sec, I've done that. I haven't got one. Downstairs in the other bathroom. Sorry, Holly. Sorry. No, it's fine. This is my house. This is what it's like here. No, my partner's just coming looking for the remote. Don't worry. No, she wants a makeup removal wipe. And what's made it so successful? And you said, do you think it's successful? And I said, absolutely, because not only have you got a good amount of followers, you've got a good amount of engagement of people wanting to engage with you. You've got brands that are wanting to work with you. You've got people that are wanting to gift you things. What is it about you and your account that you think, because the market, as we said earlier, is saturated?
Yeah, it is.
What is it that you think it is about you?
I personally, I think the key thing is you have to be, and this is such a cliche, you have to be yourself, you have to be real.
Yeah.
So if you, I said this earlier, my feed is not like a coffee table book. It isn't like a magazine. It's very, very normal. The colours are normal. You know.
Mi do scritto.
Barzagli, Buffon, Del Piero.
Quindi hai non ragione. Di più, non c'è questo sogno, però vuol dire che devi cambiare.
Sta con i vincenti,
tutta la squadra devi
sta
cambiare.
con i vincenti, impara a vincere. Chi sta con i perdenti si abitua a perdere. Guarda la differenza, imparare e abituarsi. La differenza è sostanziale. Chi sta con i vincenti impara a vincere. Chi sta con i perdenti si...
Obviously it's more work and it's not so maybe so naturally collated or one colour or whatever. That's just not me. So I just think it's really important to keep it real. And I think the other thing that's really important, and I think that comes from my dealing with clients and having a good client base in recruitment, is trying to keep those relationships going. You know, if you post something for somebody and they sell out, you're already making money for them. But also it's about gaining friends and you know and building those relationships with people. So you're not just a one-hit wonder.
And I think it's really easy as well to see which relationships are genuine. Like, I definitely feel it. Like, the people that I engage with, it's just so natural. And I've really, you know, we've had a chat before, and some of the things that you've said to me have just really been, like, quite thought-provoking in the kind of thing, like, you know, you don't filter the hell out of your pictures, because when you're showing a nice clothing, people want to see the colours.
But I'm in my 40s, you know, I'd look like a complete twat if I was, you know, do you know what I mean? I mean, I just think, God, everyone uses a filter for stories and things like that. Of course we do. But, you know, I've got friends that follow me. They would be mortified if I didn't look like me. Do you know what I mean? But I think keeping it real, I think relationships, really trying to build, you know, when people, if you work with brands, they want a result, you know, they want you to ultimately give the brand exposure that it needs, so brand awareness. And that's what's so fantastic about Instagram when it comes to small businesses. Because small business can get in front of like 20,000 people, 5,000 people, 10,000 people so easily, that in the time I've been doing it, and I have real imposter syndrome still, so it's really weird for me to talk about myself on here, because I still feel that I'm like that in the whole grand scheme of things of Instagram. But I would say that
I think that's what's part of what makes people like so much, though.
So many people have surpassed me with following, but do you know, as I said to you earlier, I don't think it's all about following.
No,
it really isn't. And
that's really interesting, because I do think that there are accounts that absolutely have more followers than you, but do they get the same sort of engagement, work, you know, practice engagement with them? Because there's a girl that I was telling you about earlier, and she's here tonight. I've just seen her.
Really? I'm not looking. I
just saw her, and she's just...
I've got a really annoying bit of hair there. Sorry.
and she's a prime example of, she's in her own lane, doing her own thing, and just absolutely killing it. And I think you are as well, but you've been doing it for longer, kind of. Do you know what I mean? I think there's people that are in their own lane, and I love getting, you know, inspiration from people, but it's so important, because she did a post of the day about saying, you know, use other people for creativity, but you don't want to be a duplicate of them. You want to be yourself. Use it to inspire you and to get you going. But I would say, if you had to say what other account is like yours, I find it difficult to be like, to really align you with someone, where there's absolutely a few that can I easily get them mixed up in my head when I'm trying to remember a picture that I've seen somewhere. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that it's all, you know, a lot of it's down to skill as well. Photography is not easy, and you know, some people will, you know, do a selfie every day in front of the mirror, and that works for them. That's absolutely fine, and they can take a blooming good selfie. I'm not great at selfies. I always look like really weird, so I do a selfie if I have to, but you know, I try to do it all different ways. The tripod, or the kids don't want to take pictures of me anymore. But you know, everyone's got a different style, but I try to mix it up. The picture I've posted tonight was the one that I was doing when you rang me.
Yeah.
And with the dog treat, I was trying to bribe her to sit on the and she just wasn't having it. But I mean, I did that on the tripod. So, everyone's style's different. Just be yourself and be real, and try. And I know Lucy said this, and I'm sure every single person you speak to, and I would be absolutely lying if I sat here and said to you, I don't compare myself and say to Jamie on a regular basis, I'm absolutely crap, I'm not doing this anymore. You know, you compare yourself, and you really, really mustn't. You've got to just be focused on what you're doing.
I think that happens
and I'm not
regardless, doesn't it? Whatever you're doing, even if it's not, even sometimes if it's just in general life, your family.
Someone is always going to have more than you, look better than you, be younger than you, have better looking kids than you. That sounds awful. You know, a better house than you. No, but you know what I mean? Everyone's always going to have. So it's very easy to compare. And as I said to you earlier, I think that's one of the negative sides of social media. It can make you feel quite low if you let it. If you know.
Was there a point that you realised sort of, God, this account's really growing into something that I never thought it would be? Like, you realise that there's a lot of people that you don't know following you and stuff.
I suppose so. I think because I never really had kind of a plan, and it's been really slow. What happened with me is it kind of grew really quickly, and then it really slows down, and then obviously now it's a completely different place to when I started, so it's much harder to grow. But I guess sometimes, and I'm going to pronounce her name, Marianne, who I follow, and I don't know if she's joining tonight, but I must mention her maybe on my stories after this. But I follow her, and she explained something the other day which really, really made me think about following. And so if you think about your followers, so if you've got 1,000 followers or 5,000 followers or 10,000 followers, you've got to imagine that amount of people standing in a room. So if you imagine that amount of people in a room, that is how many people you're potentially influencing. So when you look at it that way, 5,000 people is a hell of a lot of people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you think about it, when you think, oh my God, I've got nearly 30,000 people. I mean, it's taken me bloody long time to get there. It's like snail pace now. But, you know, that's just because there's so many other people doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So you have to think, well, actually, for me personally, I would rather have 10,000 people that like what I do and engage with me and talk to me, and say to me, God, even if someone, maybe not actually, if someone said you look crap in that, maybe not that, but
Maybe not that.
do you know what I mean?
But just kind of.
Yeah,
Being honest.
I look at my stories sometimes and I think, God, you know, all those people have looked at it, thousands of people, and 5% engage with me or talk to me. You know, they look and they might like a picture, but they never actually interact with me. And actually, you don't have to. Of course you don't. But so I do waffle, as you know. So I think my point is, it's not always about numbers. It's quality over quantity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I think one of the things for me is that I don't look at the number of people that look at my stories, because it's the thing that I'm most insecure about, my edits and my stories. And I just think, I'm obviously, this is going to sound awful, this isn't how it goes. I'm obviously doing something all right, because it's growing okay.
And this is amazing. The whole thing you earlier.
Yeah.
This is so lovely because you're being proactive with your account. Even though I come from a sales background and client facing and all of that, this whole Instagram thing is completely different. It's very different to do this with women, and so I put my hands up in the air and say, you are doing something I would struggle with. Doing these interviews is brilliant, so I think you're doing really well.
Thanks.
And
I just love it. I just love being nosy. Is there anything that you've tried, because you've got such a successful career, business, your Instagram is successful, is there anything that you've ever tried that you've not been successul at? Are you someone who likes to try and fail, or you're quite hesitant? Because for me, this is the biggest out of my comfort zone I've ever gone. Like I said to you, I'm always interested in media and fashion and things like that, but I never went into it because I just wasn't willing to take that risk. And so me doing this, it's just kind of scratching that itch, really.
Yeah.
Lovely phrase, that.
I would say a bit of both. So I've kind of, everything that's happened to me work-wise, was kind of just by accident, if that makes sense. So, you know, I went to art college, and then I was working for a magazine and met somebody who was in recruitment earning, you know, a lot of money, and so
Was it doing interiors that you were doing design work, or was it fashion?
Yeah, no, it wasn't fashion. It was graphic design and interiors, and then you're probably far too young to know.
No, I have heard of it.
Okay, well, Women's Journal magazines. It was owned by IPC magazines, who own like loads of so I went to work there for a while, and then I was desperately looking to work in advertising for an agency like Saatchi or someone like that, which is actually really funny because that's what Jamie does. They're his client. So anyway, so I was desperate to do that. That didn't happen, and I ended up getting a job in recruitment, and then I ended up doing that for years and years and years, like 20 years. Where I think I've probably gone wrong is I worked for other people for a long time, so I got to the point where I was, you know, thinking, you know, I'm making them all this money, I want to do it for myself, and so I then tried to juggle having both the kids and a business and all of that, and it just really was hard, with Jamie working as well, ridiculous hours, and advertising.
Yeah, that's an intense job that he has too.
Not 9 till 5.
No.
I kind of the business didn't really go anywhere, if that makes sense, that I had myself. I had there was you know, a few of us in an office, and I could have probably stuck with it, but I bailed. So that's where I think, but you know, you have to think about your life at the time and your family and what you can and can't do, and it just Jamie and I just couldn't do those hours. You know, you couldn't headhunt somebody out of a job with a toddler in the bath, because it's all in the evening, so
and going to meet people and out of that's the thing. I always have that thing where I think you always make the decision that is right for you in that moment. Like, you know, my mum said to me about, oh, you know, it's a shame that you didn't go and do journalism or media, but in that moment I might not have had the same confidence that I've got now. It's just the right time for me to go into being nosy about people.
Yeah, I think it's massively about timing. And,
Yeah.
you know, I was really shy when I was at school. I was never a cool girl. I was never in the cool gang.
I can't imagine that.
No, I'm still not. I'm certainly not in any cool gang on Instagram, I tell
Yeah,
you.
me neither. I wasn't.
No,
I wasn't.
I'm very much a loner on Instagram, but that's fine. But, you know, I was really shy and, I had a kind of a really close group of friends, of girlfriends. I didn't have a big gang of like 10 girls and, you know, they were all the cool ones that got the good looking guys and whatever. And what was my point? Oh my God, I do this all the time. It must be my age. So what I'm trying to say is you kind of...
The timing of things.
Yeah, it's the timing. So then I sort of was in my kind of, you know, you get into your first love relationship and that all goes wrong. And then I went to live in America. That's what I was getting to. So I thought I've got to get out of my little town, and I went to live in America, and it was the best thing I ever did because I had to meet people. I didn't know anybody, and I gained a whole load of confidence. That's what I'm trying to say. So then when I came back, I could go into a career that was recruitment, that was very much sales, very much client facing. Whereas before, there's no way of doing
that experience.
Because I was so shy.
Geared you up for it. You managed to walk the line of not pretending that your life is Instagram perfect without ever oversharing or revealing too much. Like, you are a little bit of an enigma, a very endearing enigma. You know, you sort of feel like you don't ever know everything that's going on. Do you consciously do that, or is that the type of personality that you are?
No, it's not no, I am a massive heart on your... I wear my heart on my sleeve. So if you yeah, I do. And, you know, in my life and my friends and stuff like that, I think it's a combination of a few things. I think it's having teenage children.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, I respect my husband, so I'm not going to come on here and talk about some people talk about all kinds of things, I know.
Yeah, because I tend to overshare about myself.
Yes,
everybody else.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I also don't... There's a fine line as well, I think, with this whole stories. And obviously, when I started Instagram, we didn't have stories. I mean, I sound like a granny now, but there wasn't stories.
In my day.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm trying to say is there's a fine line with stories, and I think that, you know, people love seeing the real you, and I totally get that, and I love that. And I am often on here with not a scrap of makeup on. Yeah, you might get the odd filter, but I don't come on here all lips and everything done. And
that's a whole other debate. If you've seen Emma Wears It All today, if you've seen her story about filters on stories, that's a whole other thing we could get into.
But I've lost what we were talking about. Sorry, I'm such
just saying the fact that you kind of... That you're a massive oversharer, and that I'm a massive oversharer, and that here you tend to be a bit more careful.
Yes, I'm more careful because I have a lot of people following me that you have people that don't follow you that look at your stories. So I'm just always I've also had hassle in the past. I've had people that follow me just to criticise, and
nessuno se ne vuole andare.
For advert, not use, and that's the wrong way. I'm gonna get.
Hello guys, Tanya.
I pull up in my two-seater and my mama was a savage. Got this here from Tina, I'm a savage.
Performing surgery. Okay.
Honestly. तू आता है सीने में सांसें भरती हूँ तेरे दिल की गलियों से मैं हर रोज गुजरती हूँ हवा के जैसे चलता है तू मैं तुझे से उड़ती हूँ कौन तुझे यूं प्यार करेगा जैसे मैं करती हूँ हाँ
Hey guys, thank you so much for showing all the love and lovely comments on my yesterday's post. Like I'm so overwhelmed right now. Like seriously can't believe I just got 5,000 to 6,000 RDMs in just some hours yesterday, and I wish if I could reply all of my comment section, but I just really can't because there are a lot of comments and there are some Instagram policies too, like you just can't reply to all the comments and you just can't like all the comments. But I really appreciate all of your love and I will try to reply you all in my today's post. And yeah, I can see you guys like me a lot in my current look, like being thick and all. Anyways, thank you so much for all the love, and I'll be coming up with a lot of good contents really soon. And till then, stay tuned and bye. Hey guys, Red and Unique One got some amazing collections and flip flops. Guys, swipe up to buy now and do follow them to see the.
Nothing but a hater. Cloud chaser. Now we catch him at the chicken spot. Up a couple chops. Pop that nigga with 100 shots. They didn't make that nigga diddy bop. Cha. He thought we was going knuckle up. Bitch, I don't box. And these niggas always talking shit.
You could walk away and never turn back. Try to write all your
Good morning, Instagram folks. So me and Tamika out here running the hills this morning. Yes, she got me out. Yes, keeping us motivated. Because we got goals. Yes, we do. We got goals because we got someplace to go. Yeah. Got something planned. Yes. So and we need to be beach ready. That's right. So we got to get our bodies ready, get motivated. And, at times you might fall off, but the biggest thing is to get back on and keep pushing. And accountability buddies. Accountability. Because I woke her up and told her to come work out with me. Yes. And we're doing this. I'm doing 10. She's doing 15 to 20. All right, people? All right, take care. Bye, guys. And we back at it. We in the gym. Say what up? We in it. Jatti mure fikka pushte niharve. Jaddo simple. Shiv Shankar. So happy.
Hello guys, I'm very excited for this giveaway. Actually, it's my very first giveaway, so I'm getting one issue. So let's deal with this one. So first one is to public your account. So what you have to do is post the story and tag or else
I'm not a frog. I'm literally a frog. Look. This girl's gonna drop off and I will actually laugh when she... Look at the angle of this. Psycho. Okay, under. And slow mo, slow mo. That was straight away. This one I got water. That's not good, it's got chlorine in it. Okay, wait. What did that work? One more. No, one more. Look how she's walking. Look. Kann.
È bello vedere delle froppine, carinissimo. Io l'ho legato ormai, però potete, se vi piacciono i lacci, lasciarli così. Faccio vedere. Io preferisco. Ecco, queste sono le chiusure che ho scelto io di fare un fiocchetto. Poi vi volevo far vedere magari una scarpa adatta a questo vestitino, secondo me ci sta alla grande, a punta che altrimenti vi ho messo anche. Mentre finisco di allacciare questa scarpa, adesso vi faccio vedere, ho scelto quella celeste che secondo me col bianco ci sta molto bene. Poi sono delle scarpe veramente che fanno delle gambe belle lunghe e sono comodissime, non soffrirete. Adesso ve lo faccio vedere bene, intanto vi faccio un giretto. Veramente c'ho bloccosa delle cose veramente carinissime e vi ricordo, fate swipe up e date un'occhiata anche. Ma lo vuoi un pochino? Mamma mia ragazzi, ci stiamo facendo lo strawberry vanilla detox tea, che questo aiuta a contrastare la ritenzione idrica e in più a sgonfiarci, cioè non è che ci sentiamo gonfie di più e quello aiuta tantissimo. In più abbiamo anche, mi sono portata, dato che io non bevo mai, in estate è difficile che bevo acqua, quindi il tè mi aiuta tantissimo perché questo gusto aromatizzato è passion fruit. Li potrete personalizzare voi. Vi lascio la grafica nuova. Oggi ho di caps, queste ve l'avevo detto 3 al giorno, dopo i pasti principali, quindi colazione l'ho fatta, mi bevo il tè e mi prendo questo. Vi lascio la grafica nuova e vi auguro una bellissima giornata e Napoli ci aspetta. Adesso vi faccio vedere. Sono andata a prendere la terra, che è questa qui.
Ci sta anche
she's just looking. Do you like these little dresses? What is it? Your little... Right, I'm going to show you the song that we sing with. And that... I mean...
Hey everyone, as you know, I always want to help you guys make money. So one of the best ways to do that, where you can live a luxury lifestyle and be your own boss.
I'm not frozen. Comunque. I tried that. No, I realized. Moin, moin.